everybody, and I want to welcome everyone to this episode of The Booze Geek. My name is Chuck, and I am your host. Now, before I get started, I want to welcome everyone. This is episode 2 of our Founders Brewing KBS Portfolio Tasting Extravaganza. So, quick recap. So, on that first episode, we tasted from Founders their original KBS, the Kentucky Breakfast Stout. On this episode, we're going to be tasting the first spin-off of that beer. This is the KBS, the Kentucky Breakfast Stout, with added vanilla, cinnamon, and cocoa. So, a little bit different here. But this beer, once again, this is a bourbon barrel-aged chocolate coffee stout. And like I said, it's added cinnamon, vanilla, and cocoa. But the stats are actually the same as the original KBS. This beer clocks in at a pretty whopping 12% ABV, it's up there, and it has an IBU of 45. So without further ado, let's keep the fun train rolling. Let's pop the top on this bad boy, and here we go. Let's get this started. Boom, 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 boom. Zero smoke out of the bottle. Let's get a nice little, well, I said Kentucky style pour, like I said on the last episode, but I don't know what that means, but we're using it for these four. But anyways, color-wise, very similar to the KBS, if not identical. And this one has a little bit more carbonation, though. This one has just about a quarter finger veil of khaki-colored carbonation on top. But, yeah, let's give this one a swirl, and let's give it a nose. And here we go. Let's get this started, baby. Why not? KBS, again, Kentucky Breakfast. Boom, boom. Okay, well, it's similar, but a little different. So right off the bat, I mean, we are getting that chocolate and we are getting that coffee. However, we are getting much more vanilla. The vanilla is definitely more prominent on the aromas, on the nose, on this version, as it should be, because there's added vanilla. So you're not just getting the vanilla from the bourbon barrel aging, from the char from the bourbon barrels, you're getting added vanilla. Another little nose here. Now, I'm only getting a little hint of cinnamon. Not too much, a little hint of cinnamon. And we're not getting any of that wood smoke like I was getting on this one either. But, yeah, now it's opened up a little bit. We are getting a little bit of mocha too. But one more swirl, and let's give this one a sippy sip. And here we go. Prost, baby, to the KBS again. Here we go. Prost. Wow. This one's pretty nice as well. Wow. Wow, this one is a pretty nice beer. Now, once again, it's not a medium-bodied beer. It's the same mouthfeel as this. It's teetering right on the edge of that light to medium. The needle's twitching. It wants to go medium, but it's staying on the lighter side. However, flavor-wise, what are we getting? Well, first and foremost, the cinnamon is coming through on the palate. We are definitely getting that cinnamon up front. Now, we are also getting that vanilla is coming through. That's more prominent. And then, after those two, we are getting a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of that coffee. But that coffee is, it's coming out a little thin on this one. A little bit of mocha. And you know what? I'm going to give this one more sip. Why not? I can. It's open. Yep. I'm also not getting any of that wood smoke. And however, I am not getting any alcohol burn. At 12%, there is zero. Now, this one I had a little bit on it. Just a little bit on the back end. This one, there is no alcohol booziness. It's non-existent. Now, what would I give this beer? Well, I'm going to give it one more sip first. Now, I think this is a really, really very good tasting beer. It's a little sweet. I'm not going to lie. It's a little sweet for my taste. But it's still very good. But I also think the balance is not as solid as on the original KBS. Now, on the pint-o-meter, I think I'm going to give this one, debating here, I'm going to give this beer an 8.5. Like I said, very good beer. I think it's a little too sweet on the palate. I wish the cinnamon was dialed down just a little bit. I actually wish I was getting more cinnamon on the nose and a little less on the palate. And I wish the coffee notes, if the coffee was maybe brought up a little bit more in this one, maybe to balance out that sweetness, like maybe a little bit bitter coffee to balance out that sweetness would be very nice. But either way, outstanding beer, and I think everyone should go buy a 4-pack of this one as well and taste along with us. But I'm going to give this one more sip. So now on the third episode, we're going to be tasting another variant of the KBS, and this will be the KBS brewed with Mackinac Island coffee fudge. And if anyone, so who's ever been to Mackinac Island? Well, Mackinac Island in Michigan, they make some of the best fudge in the world, if not the best fudge in the world. It is world famous fudge. But with that, I'm going to wrap up this episode, and I want to thank everyone for tuning into this episode. And yeah, you can always follow me at the websites, which are www.pubsfapinton.com, or the blog, which is www.pubsfapinton.blogspot.com. And feel free and make sure you tune in for the next episode, and we will get started on another KBS. But we will see you next time. So raise that pint. Cheers, prost, and enjoy.